Welcome to Simply Blessed RV Life.
I'm Neil.
And I'm Karen. We're so glad you joined us this evening on this rainy, early winter evening. So if you hear something on the roof, it's part of living that lovely life of RVing. And it's the rain. It's coming down here in Central Tennessee, where we're at the moment.
Actually, we're in Nashville tonight. So, you know, we're here at the Grand Ole RV Resort.
Shout out to them.
Wonderful place, wonderful people.
Absolutely.
Place where you can come and just, their neighbors, their friends.
Yes.
It's just great people.
Highly
it's a
recommended.
Great place. Actually, it's not in Nashville, it's in Goodlettsville, which is just off 65, Interstate 65 north of Nashville.
Yes.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yes.
So you're not that far away from Nashville.
Friendly people, good environment, live music every night, especially during warmer weather. And then on the weekends, they have it during winter. And so it's just a really great environment to be in. Kid-friendly, dog-friendly, just wonderful. Well, tonight, we wanted to come just for a few minutes and introduce ourselves, but also to answer some questions that we've had. We've just had some questions about RV life and what drew us to being full-time RVers and what were we expecting out of it, and you know, how's the family reacted, and just all of those type of things. You know, has there been any surprises? At this time when this is being made, we've been full-time for what, about 7-8 months?
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
already?
It's been about 7-8 months.
Wow.
And we're still loving it. We're still loving the lifestyle, the minimalist lifestyle, having to go through things. And so, sweetheart, why don't you share about what kind of brought us to this conclusion?
Well, I mean, some people will call them a camper still, but they're so much more than a camper.
It's not a camper.
They're actually a home. And some of these are nicer than most homes that you see today. And
ours is rated
not
for
as expensive.
living.
Yes, our rig is rated for full-time living, and like many of the other larger rigs, and they're just real comfortable. They're real homey feeling. You can see the fireplace. Of course, it's electric fireplace, but it does put off heat. It's just like a big old fancy looking space heater, but it does put off heat, and it does help knock the chill off. So, you know, we have Mink, our West German Shoreline German Shepherd, with us. Plenty of room for her to go in and run around and do what she wants to do, just kind of make herself at home. So, but to get back to the camper thing, they're going to be so much more now. We actually have a 2020 Grand Design Solitude 390 RK.
Yes, love the rear kitchen.
That RK stands for rear kitchen. So the whole back end of the rig, and that's what they call them, our rigs, is a kitchen, and it's wonderful, man. It's got a big island in it, microwave, gas cook stove, huge pantry, lots of storage.
Lots of storage,
you know,
inside and out.
The thing about this is, no matter where you're at, you're always at home.
Yes.
So, you know, the only thing, you don't have to mow, you don't have to weed eat, you don't, you know, a lot of things that you do with a bricks and sticks home, you don't have to do that. And it's
a different lifestyle.
It is, and it's something to not be taken lightly, because just like a sticks and bricks home, there is maintenance that you have to do with them, but it's not as extensive, and you can most of the time work it at a better pace than a sticks and bricks home. But
well, we've had people ask, you know, what brought us to this conclusion, that why would we, and we're not retirement age yet, we're several years before retirement, but what in this part of our lives caused us to think of, we had 5 acres, we had a nice home of almost 3,000 square foot heated, or 2,600 square foot heated and air conditioned, and then it came out to something like 3,000 with the garage. Wonderful place, beautiful land. What caused us to actually contemplate selling it all and going to a lifestyle that's mobile?
And we didn't just do that overnight. That's right. You know, we was several months into researching, and the thing about when you just like this is actually an investment, and you don't want to have buyer's remorse, right? And saying, you know, I wish I'd bought something else. And a lot of folks they'll settle for less than what they want. And if you're really interested in doing something like this, full-time RVing, you know, it takes a lot of research and really look,
we probably,
you know, not to just what you're going to be living in for the rest of your life or however long that is, but you've also got to have the correct vehicle to pull a rig.
There's a lot to it. And we probably actually did research for 6 to 8 months before we jumped.
At least 8 months.
Before we ever made the commitment, said, yeah, this is what we want to do. We want to sell our brick and stick. We want to sell our land and actually minimalize our lives. And we actually, when at the time came and we shared with our family, we did get some looks. we got some looks like we'd lost our ever-loving mind.
One thing that really helped us is we began small with a small 31-foot travel trailer, which
yes, we did.
Primarily used for work, but we also done some camping in it too, and kind of got some use and had some time in the RV world to figure out, you know, what we liked and what we didn't like, what we wanted and what we didn't want. So, you know, it's a lot to think about. It's a lot to process.
Yes.
And you know, I think we made a good choice.
I do too.
Not just jumping to full-time RVing, but with our selection of the rig that we have now.
I do too.
And it's home.
It is home.
It is. I mean,
it is home.
It's cozy, and it just, when you walk in, and it just feels like when you're walking in a brick of sticks. It just feels that comfortable. Now, not all of them are like that, but this one is, and we're proud for it. So,
and we kind of came to that decision, number one, because it was the time of life that we're in.
Yeah.
And then also your work.
Yeah, and
he travels for work.
Right.
And then I still work also.
And the thing about that, you know, you would be absolutely, and I know I was, I think Karen was too, to find out how many people actually do full-time RV. I mean, it's literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of
just
people.
Just in the States.
Just in the United States. I mean, and they take the rigs and go to Canada, Alaska, and all over the place. Mexico. You know, you can go wherever you can drive, basically. It's not like it's a vacation trip where you're going to stay in a motel. You kind of have to pace yourself when you're pulling something like this. But it's a choice not to be taken lightly, and we didn't take it lightly. We think we've thought ourselves through this and made the right decisions, and it's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. And so we just wanted to come on tonight in this short video and just introduce ourselves, give you a little bit of background about us, and to also let you know that, you know, I guess in the RV world, we're still counted as newbies, even though we've spent the last over a year, well, actually 3 years in a travel trailer, and then researching for over a year on this. We do want to leave you with this thought. People have asked, well, what's your greatest resource? There are so many wonderful videos on YouTube that we follow. There's also so many wonderful groups on Facebook that we follow. Your greatest resource is going to be other fellow RVers, other fellow travelers.
The veterans of the RV world.
Yes,
the ones that's been there for years.
Yes.
And,
I think they'll be the first one to tell you, no matter how long you've been doing it, there's always something else to learn.
Always something else to learn.
Some better way of doing something.
And the thing about it, as technology advances and everything, it also does in the RV world. I mean, these rigs are lighter, they're more comfortable, they're more tech savvy, if you will.
Yes.
It's amazing at just how advanced they have come in the last 5 years, not to mention the last 10 years. So, you know, it's pretty remarkable, really.
Yes.
And we're, like I said, we're glad that we've done that.
And over the next couple of weeks, we want to come back and give you a tour of our rig.
Yeah.
Also, we're going for Christmas. We're going to be back at our home base in Tiptonville, Tennessee, at Reelfoot Lake, and we want to give you a tour of that and show you some things that they offer. It's a wonderful, wonderful environment to be in. It's rural setting, but it's beautiful. People are friendly. Restaurants along the way. Great outdoors things. If you like duck hunting, fishing of all kinds. I mean, just boat tours. So we'll be back in the next few weeks with that also.
And yes, we are sitting in the floor.
we're enjoying the fireplace behind
Yeah.
us, and a little bit. We started doing some Christmas decorating. So if you have any questions or anything that we could try to answer, feel free to tag us in it, comment, leave us a question. Like we said, we just love what we're doing, and still can work, still can see family. We have family scattered in several states, so it works out really well. And still enjoy life while we're young enough to enjoy it.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Hit the like button.
Yeah.
And the bell notification, and then every time that we do
videos.
a video, then you'll be automatically notified when we do that. So it'd be a good way to keep up, and we would love to have you to be with us on these adventures as we go forth for the next many years to come.
Yeah, we're believing it.
So
from Simply Blessed RV Life,
yes.
Karen
and Neil,
we want to wish you a great evening and be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.